So our topic today is lighten the load, or lighten your load. And we pick this topic every month. We go, every week, actually. We go back to the week before and we say, oh, well, what do we need now? What would be a good thing after the topic we did last week? And then we get inspired for a name for the topic. But we don't always know what we're going to say, and we never confer with each other on what the other person's going to say. So I don't know what Patrick's going to say, but I'll tell you what I'm going to say. So lighten the load. I'm a spiritual mind practitioner and consciousness coach and all of those things. And a lot of times I get this thing that people say about how difficult life is. You know, they might be doing something in the 3D, in the world of form, something like, finances, taxes, working their QuickBooks or meeting appointments or just being kind of overwhelmed by their lives. And I get that too for myself. I mean, there's times in my life where I feel a little overwhelmed. The thing is, I have tools that I can use and a belief system that I have that works for me. And it's about turning it over. Nothing can really be that complicated when you turn it over. And the darkest or the hardest times in my life, when I have worked on surrender, it's not, yeah, she agrees. I love it. I love having kids here. Thank you for bringing your children. We are going to have a youth center, and it's okay. I don't mind. I might eat it. It's a tangerine. Okay. Anyway, so I surrender. I let go. I'm surrendering right now to what's going on in here and staying in the present moment and not trying to control it, because I can be a control freak. But what I find is, if you're in something that's really difficult and you recognize that there is something greater than your finite mind, there's we call it source energy, we could call it God, but we don't believe that God's out there somewhere. We believe that it's working through us, that we're expressing that energy, we're expressing that love and that light. And when we cover it up, usually we're covering it up with thoughts that we have of being less than, or thoughts that we have that we're not that we carry our past with us, and therefore we're living our life from our past. There's all kinds of ways that we cover it up. But the truth is, through practice, we can learn and rewire ourselves to let go and to surrender and to allow ourselves to know and trust and have faith that there's always something greater happening behind the scenes, that there's always something happening within us that will carry us through anything, because it's what we came here with. It's eternal, it's light, it's goodness, it's perfection. It's never been touched by anything. And in quantum science, we call it the quantum field, right? And it's we've talked about this before, it's uncertain in every moment, and yet it's unlimited potential, and yet it's entangled with everything, like what I was saying before about being one. So if it's uncertain in every moment, it just means it's new in every moment. We don't know what could happen, which puts us in a field of unlimited possibility of what we can do and be and all of that. So unlimited potential. And then because we're all entangled, we have this opportunity to recognize that everyone else is that too. So when we're stating something or something's happening in our life and we need support with that, or we're going to get that support, because if we put the intention out, it's all about intention. If we put the intention out from that place, everything's going to be magnetized toward us to help us and assist us. Even a simple thing, let's just talk a simple thing. You have to go and do something with a customer service thing that's really irking you, and you're really ticked off and all of this. And if you keep telling yourself it's not going to work out, then that's exactly what's going to happen. That's what we believe in this teaching. What we put out comes back to us. But if you can say, before you get on that phone or before you go meet that person, that right here and right now, everything I could ever require or need, all the support, the right people showing up for me to help me through this, is here and now. And then things open up. The other way, they just get closed off. And then we just keep repeating the same pattern over and over. So it's about living from the present and not the past. Not the past history, not the past of things you did in the past that you think, oh, I could never be forgiven for that. Not the past of who you think you are. You're right here, you're new. And I always tell people, like, whatever happened in the past that you feel you could never get over, what if you were just to tell yourself that you were doing the best you could in that moment? That with the knowledge that you had, with the understanding that you had of yourself, of the people around you, of the experience you were having, that you were doing the best possible that you could in that moment. It would be so easy, or at least easier, to forgive yourself and to move on. So we're doing this thing called Mental Muscle Spiritual Boot Camp right now. We're on our last week. It's a process of releasing ourselves from all those beliefs and things we have that hold us back. It's a really powerful program. And 3 of the directives at the beginning are to release, let go, and allow. So release is to release any preconceived notions that you have of yourself. Anything you think you can't be, or anything you think that is holding you back. Could you start right here, right now, and release that? And then the second one is to let go, which follows that, because we kind of have to let go of who we thought we were, like let go of our past. Because if we can't let go of our past, then we're never going to be able to bring ourselves to the present where that potentiality is. And then the third one, the most important one, which you really can't do if you don't do the first 2, is to allow. Allow this, that quote I read during meditation, there is a power of light and love and beauty in the universe greater than anything we have ever imagined, and it includes us. And then the burden of life is not that we have to carry it, but that we try to carry it alone. That's the whole thing. We're trying to do this alone. With everything happening in the world right now, there's a lot of like kind of, I don't have to go into it, all right? But there's something within us that's greater than all of that, that we can shine our light, lighten our load, and express that out into the world. And in our teaching, in our philosophy, that makes a difference because we're all entangled. People feel it. Have you ever walked into a room where the energy's really heavy and you're like, what the heck is going on here? That's because we're all entangled. Or you could walk into a room and just people go, wow, I just really feel better when you're here. I really feel better when you're looking at me. I really feel better when you say that or whatever, because you're carrying that light and they're feeling it. This is a feeling universe. It's a universe of vibration. That's all it is energy and vibration. We're all vibrating right now at a certain energy, and we're attracting back to us whatever that energy level is at. It's not good or bad, or you're a bad person, or any of that. All it is that you're vibrating, and you're vibrating, and if you're covering up your beautiful, amazing God self, your loving energy, then it makes sense. You'd feel kind of like, what's the word, depressed. You'd feel kind of pressed down. So this could sound esoteric, but it's not. It's scientific. And I know it's possible because I've done it with my own life, and I'm not the same person. I always say that I'm not the same person I was when I came here into this teaching, over 20 years ago. I'm not the same person. And it's because, and I might have said this before, because I love to include science and stuff. There's a ventricular part of your brain, okay? It filters the information coming to you, and it filters it according to how you're looking at the world and what you believe. It's scientific. So when you're walking through the world and you're saying to yourself, oh, this is a safe place. This is the universe is safe. I'm safe. I'm in love, expressing, and you're actually believing that and feeling that, then your brain is going to filter out everything but that. Now, it takes practice. I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight, because sometimes it takes practice to change a belief or change something that you have believed for a long time. But what I know is it's possible. It's definitely possible, because people are doing it every single solitary day. And they're using tools. I told my boot campers, if you don't get anything out of this program, get meditation out of it. Because if we start our day with meditation, whatever that looks like for us, if we start our day connecting with source energy, connecting with love, connecting with light, and doing that work to help ourselves to move to that space of the highest vibration, even if we don't get all the way there, it's still going to be better. And it's going to get better and better and better. Yes, right? And we also have something called spiritual mind treatment, which I won't go into here now, but we all have healing modalities. That happens to be ours. It's a way of shifting energy in the field, so that since we're all entangled, we're all going to feel it when the energy is shifted. We have other things that I'm studying, Reiki, there's energy healing, there's all these ways and tools and stuff that we have to help us. There's no excuse, and most of it's free. You can go on YouTube and look up anything, and you'll educate yourself, and you'll say, oh, I don't like that, or I like that, blah, blah, blah. So we can't say there's no tools for us. So what I want to end with, because we did that song, Lean on Me, is that people can help us, they can guide us, they can direct us in some way or inspire us, but in the end, nobody but ourselves can actually make the change. We're the ones. We can get all the help, but eventually we're going to have to light our own wick. We're going to have to be that one that says yes to it. And it all starts with a decision to say, I am going to do this. I'm going to do this. I am, and everything's coming in to support me to do this, because I don't want to live my life this way anymore. I want a bigger life. I want a more expansive life. I want a more loving life. I want a life that's filled with joy, not stress. That's what I want. And the universe answers yes. So it's a journey, but it's such a great, exciting journey. So what I'm knowing is that for all of us here today, we're on that journey, wherever we are, and it doesn't matter where we are. It's all exactly where we're supposed to be, and we now have the opportunity to become what we want to become. We're already God, we're already light, we're already love. Well, what do we want to use it for? What do we want to do with it? Because it's important, because we're each individuals. So I'm knowing that for all of us, that we're just sitting in that field of beautiful energy and light and love, and we're ready. We're ready for whatever it is ours to do. So thank you. Namaste.